Hi, this is Laura Whitmore with Acoustic Nation, and I'm here at Taylor Guitars today to talk to David Hosler, who is the mastermind behind the new Expression System 2.
That's right.
So tell me what you got going on here.
Well, we started this idea about 3 years ago, but it really falls on the back of our first Expression System that we introduced in 2003. That was a completely magnetic system where we designed all these cool little things that did stuff and all this. Ended up
Stuff?
Yeah, well, sometimes it ends up feeling like just stuff. But at that time what we had done is we had abandoned the use of piezo crystals, for assuming that they really couldn't do anything for us. The traditional sound of piezo crystals that was very compressed and crunchy sounding was something that I, as a player all through the 80s and even earlier than that, really it just didn't work on stage for me. And then in the late 90s I got together with Rupert Neve, who was probably a lot of your audience will know who he was. Mm-hmm. And Rupert and I began working on the first Expression System. Rupert's background in transformers and things of that nature led us in the direction of a magnetic system. So then flash forward about 10 years of success in that particular pickup system, and I was in Amsterdam setting up our headquarters there. My wife and I went there for a year to set that up. And I was walking through the repair shop one day and was just looking at guitars and thinking about, don't laugh, my days in the circus. And you know,
okay, 1 minute.
Okay, no laughing. And actually I was looking at the guitar, thinking about some laser work we had done, and I was remembering how when we used to put the tent up, you always have this, you have the center poles, quarter poles, and all the way down. And then you have the outside pole, which kind of stands up there, and the tent's hooked onto it, and then you have a pulley or a rope. And of course when you tighten it, it goes like that. And then as the wind blows on the tent, it goes like this. And I started thinking about some laser images that we had seen and thought, is it possible that we're misunderstanding how a guitar actually works? And that was really kind of the germ of the idea. And what we ended up doing was taking and doing some experiments, and that led us to where we are now. Now it's a lot of talking to answer your first question.
So you got a lot going on here.
Well, fundamentally, for years, everybody has assumed when you play the guitar that the saddle is bouncing up and down. What we actually were suspecting was that it's not bouncing up and down, but that it's actually doing this.
Okay.
Okay, and that's where that tent pole idea came from. So we were able at that point to look and do some laser imaging on this saddle to see is there something going on up and down, or is it actually going this way? And what we did see was the saddle actually doesn't move up and down anywhere. So this putting a pickup under the saddle was really the wrong place.
Right.
But in this sort of movement in this direction, you can kind of guess what we did. I called my assistant Daver, or so it says on his shirt. And I said, hey, I want you to just route a slot behind the saddle, take that pickup out from underneath it, turn it sideways, and just push it down in there. And push it up against the saddle. So if that's working, we should actually get more energy and we should understand something different. He did that. He came back, he said, it's like twice as loud as it was. And he said, it balances perfectly. And I went, okay, so we're on to something. Interestingly enough, a couple months later, Jason Mraz needed a new guitar, and Andy suggested, why don't we try that on him? So
You experimented on Jason Mraz?
Yeah, so we just, we hacked up his guitar, took a pickup, turned it sideways, shoved it in there, and shoved a bunch of foam on top of it so no one could see that it was there. And he used that for like a year and a half. He said, this is like awesome. Can I get another one? We said, sure.
Yeah.
So. It kind of went instantly into some beta testing, and we realized, there is more to it than what we had thought. And of course, from there it just kind of grew into what it is now.